the game already. Nice. As we were saying, Cho'Gath doing being a lane bully. Flash start for Isaac in the top lane.
I like the flask. It's gonna help out a ton. Cho'Gath goes through mana insanely fast. Like his rupture is what, 100 mana cost?
100 mana, yeah.
90 mana cost for that, and 70 for Feral Scream. So hundreds. If you can heal up every time you heal up and get your mana back every time he bursts 170 mana on you, he'll go very fast, and then he can't do anything, and that's your window to farm and push him into a tower. He can't farm that well under tower with his Vortal spikes, so that's what you really want to get through, is get him and then get your farm at that point.
But here it is, VK kind of grouping up, but as well as Sid on blue side, finally being a little bit more dangerous. I might try to catch. Yeah, ping is going down for Sid to get that deep ward in behind the T2. Almost thinking, I mean, mostly this happens when a lane swap.
That's what I was thinking. It could be a lane swap.
Yeah, they are pinging it. It's late now, so they don't really know if Diana's there, but oh my goodness, Isaac venturing into the jungle. Oh, we'll hear that noise from her Q, her Crescent Strike, knowing that people are in there. And ping's frantically going down for VK to invade Sid's red. Yeah, so I think junglers are just going to trade buffs. I don't believe Happy is going to get 3 buffed here. He shouldn't get 3 buffed. Yeah, he is going to just make his way straight to that red buff. Going to have Katajo help a little bit. Young Versailles making his way into lane. Does miss out on quite a bit of farm already. Not that great of a start.
Oh, Young Hundred's actually fending off Happy.
Oh, wow. And just like that, Happy is going to get 3 buff if nothing changes.
And a late blue start.
Oh, disaster already in the jungle, but a great play coming out from Sid's support. Young Hundreds definitely making some plays early on, helping his jungler out just a bit. But CS advantage for Libon Jack already. The early shove helping them quite a bit.
You can actually see the health difference between the jungles right now. Happy's gonna need to back, and Gucci's just full health, just ready to go.
Yeah, as I said, that incredible regen when burrowed is absolutely insane. And thanks to that poke from Young Hundreds, forcing Happy out, he does have to go back. Normally he would be able to clear his red, but seeing as it's not even up, a nice bubble coming in from Young Hundreds, able to win out a trade onto Katajo. Going to have to pop those biscuits.
Yeah, Katajo's actually completely out of health pots already. So he came to lane with about 3, and he's already gone through all 3.
Yeah. It's highly unfortunate, but nice. You know, the fact is, Erzi and Young Hundreds is going to have the advantage in the trade, considering the sustain from Nami. But Young Gucci comes in for an early gank, tunnels through. Nice play come from Katajo. Will help disengage that hook not landing. And meanwhile, top lane Pandog is trying to trade with Isaac early on. Was it Cloak already finished? Cloak already picked up from Isaac. What is that called? Null Magic Mantle. Oh, a Force Flash out of Versailles. Taunt is going to land. There's going to be a lot of damage on him, but no follow-up. Hook, Death Sentence landing on Gucci as he's still in the bot lane. Trying to force the issue just a little bit.
Wasting a lot of time in the bot lane. He is letting Rammus catch up in the farm.
Yeah, and he has yet to go back as well. Rammus already picking up his poachers, going to be able to...
No, that's a Stalkers.
Oh,
It was a
Stalkers,
different
sorry,
one this time.
Stalkers. I had poachers on the mind from last game. But yes, that's Stalkers played. It's going to be interesting what Young Gucci picks up as well. I think he's going to go poachers. Oh, nice double man
Great
bubble
double.
from Erzi. Flay coming in, and Young Gucci is still here. Flash and heal forced out, but Katajo is most likely going to go down. The flash from Erzi and First Blood will go over to Sid. Great play coming out from Young Gucci. You know, Katajo and Le Bon Jack thought that he left, but his persistence finally pays off. So what a nice jungler, even
Ooh.
giving the kill out to his
But
ADC.
top lane, Happy is being the patient jungler right now.
Yeah,
Young Panda has no clue.
yeah. Once they see that rupture going on, but Taunt's gonna land. Isaac's going to go. Nice. E coming out, but Pandog is forced to flash. Isaac's gonna tower dive for this, and he should make it out alive. Oh, what a great dive coming out from VK to answer in the top lane, and that's great for Diana, considering the fact that she's actually up in CS against Pandog and grabs that first kill. It's going to be absolutely amazing for her, and with that she actually picks up a blasting wand.
A slight misplay from Pandog. He should have burnt the flash as soon as he saw Rammus come out. It was a little greedy holding on to it. Cost him his life, but now he is 6, so he should be able to get some health stacking going on, chomping on those minions.
Yeah, as I said, I thought he would. I wanted to see him go down the Roa route, but he is going to pick up another cowl. I don't know if I agree with this. Is this passive play is not gonna go well for Pandog, especially versus such an aggro Isaac. He would do a lot better to just try to outtrade with Isaac. But maybe Pandog's not as comfortable or confident in his skill.
Well, he's gonna go very fast, especially without the Catalyst sustain. Very underrated. Catalyst passive gives you 200 health and 200 mana on level ups. So he has to be very careful with when he uses his spells.
And as we mentioned out earlier as well, the warding from VK is just so on point. They have their jungle completely warded for top lane, making sure that Isaac is safe from those pesky Rek'Sai ganks. Meanwhile, VK also has eyes on Dragon already, knowing that Young Gucci can make a play for that Dragon. So Tyr picked up actually for Baylife though in that mid lane, basically doubling the CS of Versailles again. But Baylife actually sees Gucci trying to invade, will chase him away. Bot lane is going to rotate for VK as well. Nice bubble coming out from Young Hundreds. His bubbles have just been so on point this game. Not something that Katajo and Le Bon Jack kind of expect, getting caught up with those two-man bubbles and absolutely just losing the trade down bot lane. Fortunately though, CS for the ADCs are on point, quite even. Both of them sitting on that BF sword, but there it is. Le Bon Jack actually going to rocket jump. Lantern was available for him, but taking a ton of damage as Young Gucci is making his presence known down in that bot lane yet again. Just so persistent. I think they recognized how much of a threat Le Bon Jack is once he starts to get rolling, so they are doing their best to keep him down. And with such a front-loaded champ like Graves, They're doing such a great job. Death Sentence landing onto Young Hundreds, forced to pop that heal for his support. Meanwhile, Utmost Baylife and Versailles have rotated down for this dragon. I think they're trying to make a play for it. Nice ultimate coming from Baylife, but he is going to get caught, smited, forced to flash out. Yanguchi is on the chase. Nice tunnel. Heal popped up for Utmost Baylife as they tower dive this. Ulti coming out from Aziz, and it's going to be Versailles who picks up the kill, but they are going to chase this down. Nice tidal wave, exactly, but it's not enough, and the Levon Jack will pick up a kill on Versailles. Going in deep for Versailles. Meanwhile, Happy catches out as Erzi, forces him to flash out, and even with all of that blinking red, it is just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Katajo and Levon are going to pressure this middle turret, though. They have Happy waiting in the wings to try to take this out. Ping's going down, and they are actually going to get a mid tower for their trouble.
It's something Triss is just amazing at now with her new kit. Putting the bomb on the tower, getting your 4 autos, gives it a huge chunk. One of the, actually probably the best besides Caitlyn and Jinx possibly, for sieging turrets. Just with that massive amount of damage.
No, and while all that was happening, Isaac was actually able to stop Pandog's push, so he still has a top turret to fall back on.
Cho'Gath does have all 6 fee stacks, so he has a 550 bonus health right now. He's getting absolutely huge, and one issue with building the tank Cho'Gath though is he does become near unkillable.
Versailles actually gets caught in the dragon pit, and Happy is able to, secure a kill for Baylife. Quite easy there, getting caught out in that dragon when VK has the scuttle. So, able to spot him out quite quickly. And with Sid's middle tower gone, it definitely opens up the map for VK's rotations. They are able to get a Baylife to rotate either top or bottom whenever they need them. VK is starting to work on that bottom tower as they're shoving it quite hard. No, I think they are going to try to make the dragon play after that bot T1 falls. But, well, Manamune, that's it. Manamune picked up for Baylife on that Ezreal now. Not really. I make a note of this. If your tier is not stacked, I definitely don't like the Manamune pickup. You could definitely get that Sheen earlier while you're finishing stacking that that tier. But I see a lot of people, especially on that Ez mid, grabbing the full Manamune right away.
Well, the basic attacks start stacking it up as well with the full Manamune. So it does stack a little faster, but you do miss out on some damage and some poke damage for sure.
But with that said, he is just because he is so far ahead in farm versus Versailles, he is going to grab that nice Sheen already. Dueling coming up from Panda. Isaac gets caught out by the Rupture, and I think it's going to be one tasty Diana. Oh, Pandog misplaced, having to force flash to secure that kill, but a kill is a kill regardless.
And it's interesting because they did do a quality of life change on Tro, and there is a marker above the target once it's ready for lethal with your bite. So he would have been able to tell if it was lethal or not.
Yeah, a little bit of misplay from Pandog. I think, oh, nice ulti coming out from Baylife as 3 members of Sid get spotted up by Ward. TP coming out from Isaac, but Versailles is there. Nice tidal wave knocking up Baylife as he will fall to Erzi. But meanwhile, Isaac is on the Graves. Levon Jack getting forced out. Nice play from Katajo will stop the aggression, but a snipe coming out from Yanguchi's Q. That Tremor Sense paying off, but it looks like it's going to be a triple kill coming out from Isaac, and he gets the Quadra.
See, Cho'Gath had Telly, and he didn't respond. He should have been telling to the bottom lane as soon as Isaac was to keep it a 5v5. Turned out to be a 4v5 in favor of VK, and that's just not a fight you guys are going to win with Diana getting those ult resets.
Yeah, and that's just it though. The alt resets are what done it, and now considering the fact that Isaac picks himself a quadra kill, I don't think he's gonna be scared of Pandog at all. Going to actually want to duel that Cho'Gath. He has that Abyssal finished now, probably sitting on a lot of money after that quadra.
Almost a large rod. He's probably going to be going to the Hourglass next. Keeps her safe whenever she dives in. A great way to kind of go in, burst a target, and then wait to reset for a few seconds while your cooldowns are coming up again.
Yeah, and with that misplay from Pandog, VK does pick up the first dragon, finally trying to rotate for Baylife. He is finished that Spirit Visage now, going for that Catalyst, but honestly,
it's a late
Rod of Aegis. Very late Rod of Aegis, and if this game is any, if last game was any indication, he won't have time to stack that Roa, and it's not going to get the full value of that Roa unless the game goes a little bit longer than 28 minutes.
Honestly, at this point, I would have bypassed Rod of Aegis and would have gone to Athene's and Holy Grail if you weren't gonna get it right off the bat. Get the mana regen and little tanky stats still. You don't get the health, but it's just a very, very late Rod of Ages.
Yeah. Nice rotation coming from VK though, putting some pressure on this bot tower. Meanwhile, Pandog is going to push to the T2. Baylife is there to negate that show. Going to be able to clear that wave. But Pandog is, regardless of his itemization choices, Pandog is going to be quite the tank for this team. And now that I look at the itemization of Yanguchi on that, meanwhile, speaking of Yanguchi, he gets caught out by Isaac. The bubble forces him to zone out and stop his aggression. 3 members of VK posturing down that mid lane as they leave Erzi in the bot to just get some free farm. Speaking of which, Erzi now has the CS advantage versus Libon Jack down that bot lane. Both ADCs are finished their Infinity Edge. Not something that I agree with on Tristana, but Death Sentence lands and hooks for Says. Probably the wrong person. Wombo combo coming in. Knockups galore. They trade 1-for-1 right now as they're trying to kite. Isaac's running for his life as they chase him. Happy's doing a lot of damage to Gucci as Rammus pops that ulti, but Outmost Baylife will pick up 1 kill for himself, and Pandog gets caught out as the rest of his team is now dead. Double kill for Outmost Baylife, and another 4-for-1 trade.
Sid definitely tunneled onto Isaac that fight. You saw all of them just start chasing her around while she ran away. And Ezreal just got free autos, got free Qs, just sat back, not a care in the world, and just took out their entire team.
Yeah, all the while too, Happy was just sitting on the rest of this team with his ultimate, just doing free damage as well. Katajo needs to learn though not to hook that Galio into his team. That could have turned out quite nasty, and it did. But with Isaac and Outmost Baylife just able to get free damage in, that fight was able to turn around. But Erzi being caught out, and there's the mine as well that you were talking about. The bomb explodes, and Libon Jack will pick up his 2nd kill. All the meanwhile, Isaac has been pushing this top turret. Pandog is going to be here to stop that aggression. Yanguchi waiting in the wings to try to see what they can do, but meanwhile, bot turret falls for Sid. Now, as I said, VK's warding is just very on point. I don't think Sid has a single... Well, actually, they have 2 wards. They have 2 wards on the map. And it's just not on point. VK definitely having a little bit more advantage rotationally, as well as they lead 3 towers to 1. Young Hundreds, nice double bubble, will fall instead. They tries to wave Isaac. Verse failing his flash, and yeah, Isaac's going to get himself another kill. Late ultimate coming from Baylife. But again, at this point, Isaac, I don't think it matters.
Isaac's doing work with his teleports, and young Pandog needs to follow those. And even if you respond a couple seconds late, you need to be responding, because right now Isaac's just making all the plays.
Yeah. Meanwhile, just before that, Outmost Baylife gets a little bit greedy for that red buff, and will pay for it with his life. But nice death sentence coming out from Kata Joe. Will pick up the kill on AZ. Meanwhile, young Pandog is going to get caught out yet again. Nice ultimate from LeBron Jack to kind of push him away. Pandog getting denied that feast stack on that Tristana. Meanwhile, Isaac is just tower diving like without a care in the world. He isn't going to be able to Zhonya's, but the knockup from Young Gucci will pick up. A little bit cocky on his part though, but at 10, 2, and 4, how can you not be confident? Trinity now finished over for Outmost Baylife as well. He's hitting his spikes. Isaac working on that Void Staff. I can only assume that's a Void Staff. Katajov actually picks up Young Hundreds, and that's going to be 1 dead fish. And a second dragon coming out for VK. All things considered, though, only a 5k gold advantage for VK. Versailles TP getting stopped, and he doesn't figure it out. He's probably busy shopping, and an easy kill picked up from Outmost Baylife. The wards definitely paying off for VK. And this is all because, one, the lack of upgraded trinkets, and 2, the lack of sweepers coming out from Sid. Only 1 sweeper on Young 100s. Isaac pulling Young Pandog up in the top lane. And just Rek'Sai's lack of tunnels too. I don't know if it's just because of VK's aggressive warding in that bot jungle, being able to clear that out, but
well, they're all in the blue jungle. You can see like 7 of them in the blue jungle.
Not
really gonna help you map control if it's all in one area.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Sid trying to slowly gain control back of their bottom jungle now, but you almost think that it's just too little too late right now. They need to start getting picks with Young Hundreds bubbles or some ruptures there. It was nice though to make Outmost Baylife pay for being so far in, but again using Young Gucci's Tremor Sense quite well to find people, but VK definitely having a nice lead this game. 2 dragons up, 2 towers up, and 9 kills on the board. And that's just it. Young Gucci actually getting forced out of his jungle. Nice death sentence lands. Baylife is not going to fully commit. Katajo drops down the box, trying to make his way out of there, but it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade so far. They are going to all go on Young Hundreds falls as well, and it looks like it's going to be another 4-for-1 trade for VK.
That should be the Nexus turret. Might even be the Nexus, depending on what Isaac can do here.
Yeah, well, happy. Nice taunt landing. Isaac's going to pick up... Oh, forcing Airzy to flash. Unfortunately, didn't have an ulti to go in. Probably not wanting to go under double tower. That would probably not been a smart choice. And it looks like VK wants to stick around just a little bit. Again, death timers aren't that long, so Sid has respawned now. And a smart choice from VK to pull out of the base. Now, speaking of which, earlier, Katajo actually gets caught out by Yamaguchi, recalling in a very, very dangerous spot. So, small win for Sid there. And my Pandog is going to get caught out by Happy. Nice taunt here. Lebon, Jack, and Isaac are here, and that is going to be one dead Cho'Gath. And it's going to be probably the last T1 turret as well. Airzy is going to try to defend it with Versailles. But at this point, you wouldn't want to die for it.
Got caught out though.
Oh yeah, nice bubble though. A smite landing onto it. Meanwhile, Versailles is getting picked apart by Lebon. Jack will fall to Isaac. Happy is still continuing chasing the support. Atmos Baylife is trying to kite Gucci down in the bot lane too. A lot of pressure coming from VK on all three fronts. And here it is. One of the things that I don't agree with is the fact that Young Gucci went Trinity on his Rek'Sai. Yeah, with the nerfs coming to Rek'Sai a couple of patches ago, she is definitely a lot stronger as just pure tank. They should have left Pandog.
Not only the Trinity, he also is going Hydra as well.
Yeah, which is a late Hydra, considering the fact that they are so behind. They need a frontliner, and instead they forced Pandog on that Cho'Gath to build tank instead of him. But Outpost Baylife, nice flash dodging that wave, and it looks like, oh, the nice disengage coming out from Young Dog, but it looks like he's going to pay for it with his life anyway. Baylife trying to make the plays. It's still going to end up being a 2-for-1 trade in favor of VK. And now with that 5k gold lead has turned into a 10k gold lead. TP coming in from Isaac. Unfortunately, VK hasn't pushed out the other side waves. They're just controlling that middle lane. And as super minions are already going to be streaming in, it's only gonna naturally push. They really need to control their top and bottom wave as it is pushing against them. But Dragon is going to be live, and they are just going to rotate for that. Sending Lebon Jack to clear out that bottom wave as I was talking about. And it's almost like deja vu with this game. Though Sid had a stronger laning phase, in the end,
it's just, I don't think the Galio pick is as strong as they were hoping. It leaves them vulnerable to especially a double AD comp, a double ADC comp, and having Cho going into that tank early made his laning phase a lot weaker than it could have been, and the lack of teleports, responding to teleports.
Yeah, I almost want to find, well, almost to listen to Sid's comms just to see what kind of calls that they're making, because you know, obviously that's quite an easy call to see the teleport coming in and ask for a reply. Working around your top laner's TP is also, you know, quite important, especially around once objectives spawn. A little bit of yeah, just a little bit of maybe picks and bans, trying to make, you know, a champion work without actually building a comp around it. Yeah, again, Galio brings a lot of utility, but you need a bit of a hyper carry, either in the jungle, you know, not besides your ADC, but somewhere in the jungle or top laner as well. Someone who can bring the damage. But it's going to be a methodical push coming out from VK. Going to try to pick apart Sid's base as they try to close this game. 12k gold lead up now. 3 dragons. And Sid unfortunately only having 1 tower on the board.
Diana's just doing so much damage in the back line.
Yeah, and that's going to be a dead turret as well. Flash is out actually. Ooh, their shutdown going to Erzi. Nice big ulti coming out, box landing in, trying to keep Lebon Jack. And I think that was a little bit of an overcommittal on VK. Triple kill going over to Pandog.
Alright, I see you.
Nice turnaround, and they do defend their inhibs. With that, all that, the middle inhib has respawned for Sid. They have a little bit of breathing room now. They need to sweep out for them to come back, they need to sweep out their jungle, and establish vision again. Nice TP coming from Cho. Will pick up that kill. A little bit unneeded though. They had a large wave of minions. Would have taken down that turret quite handedly. They have a nice minion wave push coming from mid too. And I think Pandog stays a little too long as Happy is going to chase him out. But mid turret for VK drops significantly low. Katajo now warding out that Baron pit. Now, VK... This is VK's game to lose. If they overcommit like that, especially considering the fact that, I was stressing this, they weren't pushing the other lanes. So all other lanes except for the mid where they had supers were pushing against them. And with that they paid the price of, almost losing all their T1s. But with that, there's going to be an easy Baron for VK.
Well, Sid does have a great counter engage comp. So if VK messes up their engage, uses their ultis, and don't get anything out of it, the re-engage coming out from a Cho'Gath, a Galio, and a Graves ult can be devastating.
I think Isaac too just went a little too deep, getting a little cocky on that Diana. And Erzi still has damage on him, has that Infinity Edge, has that Bloodthirster. His ulti just absolutely shredded the backline of VK.
Alright, so we can see actually mid-Ezreal having Triforce and Gauntlet. Interesting thing with that, it's not ideal in my opinion, but you actually get the Triforce damage, so the 200% damage, and the Iceborne Gauntlet slow.
Yeah, and just like that, Lebon Jack actually gets caught out. A bad teleport coming out from Isaac, and will pay the price. As all 5 members are here, tries to do what he can, actually brings that low. Lebon Jack and Isaac falling, but it is going to be 2 dead inhibs. Utmost Baylife.
Could have just been the great distraction.
The great distraction. Yeah, at this point, VK does have a lot to work with. The Sid now loses both inhibs as they committed all 5 members to catching Lebon Jack out. But a weird teleport coming from Isaac. Teleporting, actually not canceling his TP once Lebon Jack was dead. So a little bit of a misplay there. But as it is, now it's safe to say that VK is up at least 1 item to their counterparts, to their lane counterparts. As VK is going to try to pick up their 4th dragon. Young Gucci is waiting in the wings. On the other side, they don't have vision of this. Could be easy smite steal, but no, Isaac actually picks it up. So jungler is missing both smites. but regardless, it is going to be 4 dragons to none. Versailles is going to get caught out, but not before ulti. Nice wombo combo. It is actually going to be a 2 for 2 at the moment. Happy is falling quite low. Isaac's running away from this. Atmos Bela comes late to the party. Will get the shutdown on Erzi. And can almost get Young Hundreds. Isaac doing a great job kiting Pandog, and he is going to pay for it with his life. Double kill coming out for Baylife. And it is going to be a 4 for 3 trade.
Could, 20 seconds on the Rek'Sai, 15 on Galio. They could be able to get a tower here.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're looking for. They do have double lanes of supers coming out, and that's going to be the ace on Isaac. It's taking a lot of turret damage, though. Oh, the range of those lasers.
They could look to end.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. The shield from Isaac's going to be enough to keep him quite a bit alive, but Baylife not targeting the Nexus, is going for the kills, is stuck between a rock hard place with all those minions. But Young Gucci falling dangerously low to these supers. He needs to burrow. That's exactly what he does. Erzi is going to try to fend off the supers with Young Gucci. And Sid holds for now.
Little greedy of Isaac and Utmost going for kills instead of the Nexus, but they're feeling pretty confident that they'll be able to do it on the next push. So they wanted a little bit of the KDAs.
Yeah, but you know, we can't kind of count out Sid too much here. You know, they are doing a great job on capitalizing on VK's kind of impatience, so to say. A little bit of cockiness.
They keep poking Galio.
Yeah, not the greatest choice. And the fact is, you know, you with Thresh, you have the option of which hooks you want to go in on. But I suppose Katajo is too much of a man to not go in after he lands those death sentences.
The Lee Sin Q syndrome.
Absolutely. But yeah, the wombo of Sid with that Galio ulti into the Nami wave, and Erzi just absolutely like ulting afterwards does a tremendous amounts of damage. You know,
this is where I was hoping for the AP Cho'Gath, because the rupture with that would have been almost instant quadra kill right there if they had a little bit more damage coming out from either Galio or Cho'Gath.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Pandog does, after his Roa, opt for that Frozen Heart, so he isn't going for that AP at all. Again, being the front line. Instead, they're trying to rely on this Rek'Sai to do damage. Hydra now completed for him, but with the nerfs, Rek'Sai just doesn't do that well with damage anymore. I think this is just a really bad itemization choice coming out from Sid. Not really, maybe also a lack of information on the champions. A little bit of a knowledge thing there. But with double inhibs, VK is just going to grab the last inhib tower and the last inhib. And I don't know what else more to say from this. VK will close it out, grab the 2-0 victory against Sid.
A little sloppier in game 2, but
Yeah.
they pull it out.
You know, a little bit of sloppiness, but also a great plays coming out from Sid to capitalize on the mistakes, you know, that VK did. And just like that,
they did land some great wombos. I have to say that there were some really awesome wombos. They were just too far behind, so the damage wasn't there to do the instant kills they were hoping for with the abilities going together.